Good morning. All right. I feel like uh, this should be a great way to start every day and prepare for life's work. Okay. Hi, my name is Monica. You made it to my Nerd Queen channel. I am Nerd Queen, a musician. Sorry, I'm looking to see like, is everything okay over here? Yes, everything is fine. All right. So I've been watching lots of videos lately, and I don't I don't know, you know when you know, right? Or you're ready when you're ready. So I've been doing um performances on other outlets, mainly Facebook for years, okay? And I've even experimented with a couple of my live songs on location. I'll just say on location. But I'm a performer, singer songwriter, composer, educator as well, um, writer. So I've done lots of things in my day, but those are the things I love. Um, so I've been watching lots of videos lately about more people just showing what they really do. Now, one thing about a lot of the um, I hate see, I'm struggling to even say the word content. It's like if you heard what happened with Spotify the other day, and you hear a lot of the, I guess, tech people talk about certain things, it's like there is a value but a disvalue of what people do for their passion, for their work, right? And the Spotify guy, he pretty much said what he said, right? That it according to him, it takes nothing to make content. However, me being a creative person since ever, but wrote my first song when I was 11 years old. Um, I've put out 2 CDs so far, technically kind of three. I've been a performer in public, not behind the camera. See, I'm saying these things for a reason, y'all. So I've been on stages, I've been on camera, I've been doing things, doing performance things. So maybe that's what I'm building up to. So of course 2020 did a lot for us or against us or whatever you want to say it, but I've been trying to document my creativeness since before then. Like I said, on Facebook, but I'm moving videos over now. And I've always stood on the business of treat creative people right, always. And like I said, as I would cultivate and get a lot of my information over to somewhere um, more accessible for people, you'll start to see that I've always been about the longevity. When I went to school for music and communications. So I wanted this to be the life, to be a creative and to make a living from it. And you don't have to be famous to do it, right? So I knew that early on, even back in the 80s. I was like, I want to do that. So it was just a matter of like, well, figuring it out, reading books, going to classes. And like I said, this is back in the 80s. So um, I know a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just, it's like all this stuff, all this new stuff happened in the last, I want to say 5 to 6 years, where now there are classes and courses and coaches out there. But a lot of the stuff I was doing, I was kind of like an early adapter. Again, I'm going to keep a lot of my videos that I do have here on this channel, when I had my own showcase at South by Southwest in 2011, I wanted to start doing these kind of videos like advice. So again, I'm keeping the ones that are already on here. 2011, I had a showcase for South by Southwest. What else? I was Performer of the Year according to Creative Loafing. I don't remember the year. Or not best performer, best experimental performer, because I'm not for everybody. I tell people that and they don't want to believe me, but I am not for everybody. So there's that. And everything I've done for my music career, I've done for the sake of longevity, not for the sake of being famous, not for the sake of getting everybody to look at me. I want to be able to perform my whole life, right? So there are things I've done, things I've asked associates who are also performers what they've done. I have lots of friends who are older than me, people who are my same age, who've had more experience, who've done world tours, who've had like such levels of success in music that is very interesting. I don't know if I always want to put them on camera though. There's some that are willing and some they're still learning, because I'm teaching a lot of them, as some of them are older, that we could be making a whole new life online. And it's not just performing, it's all of this. So I'm getting ready to gig later this afternoon. I work with my city's transit system, and I've been doing that since 2016. And as long as they have this program and it's easy money for me, I'm gonna keep doing it. So it's very interesting. When I am on location, I do tend to meet a lot of people who have like these aspirations for doing whatever work they want to do. And they're like, oh, I can never do what you're doing. It's like you're telling yourself all those things, right? And it's because I've been doing what I've been doing for so long. It really, I don't want to say bugs me, but yeah, it did. It kind of bugged me that people talk themselves out of what they want. That's basically really what it boils down to. It's like people just assume that whatever you do, you've got to make your living at it. And yes, there are some people who are doing that. And there are some people who just enjoy doing it. And I don't know, there's a middle ground. Like I started this and I'm still going to continue it. I do have a podcast, Creators Uprising, telling you, because I think that there is something to this. The creatives uprising. We can do this. I need to talking about we. I do speak in third person sometimes because why not? I do also have another channel. It is a more personal development spiritual channel. It is called the Body Electric Supplement. So if you ever want to check that out, you can go ahead and check that out. I started that. Actually, I did start that during the shutdowns because I was like, I need, I needed an outlet. We've had some friends start a Facebook group for performers, and that's where now everybody wants to perform on a camera, that kind of thing. And that's where I think a lot of new performers are out there learning their craft. But how are you going to take this craft to the outside world? There's some who are good on camera and they have no idea how to be a performer in certain elements. There are some people who are actually using social media to get work, and that's awesome too. Like I saw a lot of actors putting their reels, basically making their reels on camera. So I was like, yeah, why not? And like I said, I've done a few.
All right, friends.
I'm gonna pause.
Work for 2.5 hours. Let's take a 5 minute break and do at least 30 minutes more. I'm not the most focused I've ever been right now, but hopefully you guys are making up for it on your end. 5 minute break. And be back.
Okay, so that was Rashida Dowd, and I forgot that I have her on right now. Um, she is doing a co-work with me, and I got the idea um, from her and Stephanie Perry. So um, I've done a few of those, like work with me's on my other channel, but I guess I could do a gig with me. But the thing is, it gets really weird out there. And I do have video on Facebook of me gigging, but not of me, but for protection. I know that sounds crazy, but if people act funny when they think that there's nobody watching, and people really act funny when there's a woman performing by herself, that's another reason why I had have cameras, you know. So I have some footage from, again, I don't know if I'll be able to move that over. Like there's some that are like hours long. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting how people act when when you're out on the scene. Like I wish I could put some kind of like hidden camera somewhere else and have it pointed toward, maybe I'll do that sometime. I don't know. Maybe somebody can, give me a little one of those teeny little cameras, or maybe I should get one for myself and just put it up there and y'all would see for yourself. Like it gets crazy. It gets weird. Sometimes people want to just come up to you, start talking while you're singing. And it's like, I, I, I'm singing right now, so it's very interesting. So it does help you be alert and mindful. I've used that to help me with teaching students. I give music lessons, coaching lessons, songwriting support, that kind of thing. I even teach elementary school, not as a music teacher though. So I teach second grade, at least as far as I know. Yeah. So yeah. So you still might see me more often because I've kind of put myself in a position where I don't have to work as much as my elementary school teaching, thing. And that's a good thing because I'm working on some stuff like this. Because yeah, longevity means there are performers who have performed well into their 70s and 80s. Okay. And I'm talking about musicians, painters, dancers in the musical theater, that is, actors, all of these people. They've been, there is longevity in this. And I just want people to realize that you got to make the certain kind of moves to make sure that you care about your persona, not just do what other people say. Oh, do this, do that. That's one of the first things I tell people, even as of, and I did record this, so I'm gonna put that up. I was helping this one little girl who she wrote a song, and I started giving her advice as well as far as like songwriting and being your own person and knowing what you know, believe in yourself. Yes, listen to people's advice, but take it as with a grain of salt on some levels. Know your worth, basically. Know your worth. And I think I talked about this on another kind of recording. But I've known 2 cases of women who were guitar players who they kind of joined a group or a duo, really. It was her and another, it was man. So basically what happened was in both situations, it's like they lost themselves. The man saw the value in this woman playing an instrument, and he totally like scooped it up. And I don't want to say abuse, but they see the value in it. So when I'm out there performing, and yes, I do play guitar. So they see the value and they want a part of it. They want some of it. Okay. So when I'm out performing, I have to make sure I have certain things in line. Like last time I did not, and I should have. This time around, I am. I have like my business cards for which leads, this should be, I hope, standard for most people. Have a business card, but let the number be to a voicemail. And you can get free voicemail numbers all the time. So I've had that for years now. Especially if you give like music lessons, things like that. People want a gig. Sometimes they're in the moment. This is what happens in the real world. So people see somebody like me performing, playing my guitar, doing my thing, whatever. And then somebody's walking by and they're like, wow, you're amazing. This is cool, whatever. And then you're like, give them your business card. It has your voicemail number on it. Okay. And maybe an email too. Yes. That kind of stops a lot of the weirdos sometimes. Now, if they're really serious, then of course they're going to follow up. But sometimes, especially, and I'm speaking as a woman, sometimes it's like these men who they see access, they see that they can get access to you. Just like I equate this also to like bartenders, like women bartenders. Men want to like hit on them because it's easy access. It's like she has to talk to me. So sometimes men act like that too when I'm performing. Like they think, oh, I could go up and talk to her because she's right there and she'll let me talk to her. If I give her $1, give her a little dollar, she'll talk to me. It's weird. So there's things like that happen. And yeah, so I will definitely make an appointment to upload the recording that I have for that one young songwriter that I helped. I don't want to do the whole session though. I don't know. Maybe I should. I mean, yeah. So there's that. But as I am getting ready for a gig today, I usually the day before try to make sure I have all my equipment. I'm going to double check in the car. I've already preloaded my wagon yesterday because I didn't feel like having to do all this. Because one thing that happens on gig day is everything moves so fast. It's like you're trying to like get into the zone mentally. And that's something else that I tend to do as a performer. Like when performing live, I don't like talking to people. And I have friends who are also in bands and they want to be, mayor of the location. I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody right now. I'm trying to prepare myself. I'll say hello. Maybe if they get there, I'll say this. If they get there early enough, I'll say hello. And then I'll go back into my.
All right, friends, 5 more minutes. Dawn, that is a ZZ plant. Very easy grow.
She's watering plants. All right, I'm gonna pause.
Hard to kill them a lot of plants. It's not hard to kill like a snake plant, but it's pretty sturdy.
But then again, I like plants.
It takes a while to grow though. I want them to be really big, and it's not giving me the big that I want right now. I'm actually gonna pour.
She lives in Mexico. She retired early. And that's another thing I'm working on too. So maybe that's the thing. I want to build my channel, y'all. So if you know of anybody who can benefit from what I am talking about, please have them join me. I'm not here for clicks and views per se, but I do at least want at least enough people to monetize.
It's right every day.
Okay, so I'm not looking to be like 100,000 people or whatever. If community comes, and I want good quality community.
The earth is collapsing.
Right.
Start working until 12:07 Eastern time.
Mm-hmm. And I may end it around noon, this one, because I have a checklist I need to finish. I usually double check to make sure my equipment is working. So I'll be doing that. I go on at 3 today. So, and another one, all my gear is just not ready enough for long-term live streaming. I feel like it maybe I've tried a few times, but out there in the elements, it gets hot out there or cold. So there's a lot of things that I wish I could do, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Yeah. So yeah. Now when it comes to the checklist, I make sure I have my tip jar and my virtual tip jar signs. Um, I get, I do, it's not all complaints either. So I do get people who are like excited. They're like, wow, you're performing, that kind of thing. And I love it mostly for the kids. When I see the little ones and they're at first like, because most times people, when they come off the train or they're going to the train station, let me explain stations again in a second, but they think it's a recording because most transit places have recorded music piping through whatever, and they think it's a recording until they come up and they see me and then they're like, wait, you I thought and they're like, and so that sparked some conversations. The last time I did gig, I took it kind of easy. It was hot that day. It was in April. It was hot. And I kind of have to work around being a school teacher. So now it's the summertime. Now it's a good time for me to go and do what I need to do out there. Like I said, I also perform in other spaces. I'm an avant-garde singer-songwriter, lo-fi kind of thing. I'm not for everybody, but I do cover songs. So there may be some cover songs out there for me, for you in the future. You will be seeing a lot of the other stuff that I'm bringing from Facebook over. What else? Yeah, when 2020 happened, I started doing a lot. Of course, all my students dried up because I went to go see them in person. And a few of them tried online. Few tried the problem was with Zoom and the latency delay. It was an issue. So there were some who I met outside. There were some that I, tried to give instruction via Zoom, but I couldn't perform with them. I even tried to do band practice on Zoom, and this was all during the shutdowns, and that didn't work. So now, as I focus more into education and the things I love in that, because there's the cognitive element. I got ill in 2014, 15, I think. 15. And I got really, really ill. And I did not know what I had, and I found out I had pneumonia. So I had pneumonia, and then I slowly started to recover, but the recovery was also just as bad, if not worse. And that led me down a trajectory of cognitive research and health. So if you hear me talk about like memory things, that's the reason why. That's the reason why I have that other channel, by the way, because I was looking to save my own life and doctors weren't helping me. I was looking to save my own life and doctors weren't helping. So now I'm into biohacking too. So you'll also hear me talk about biohacking. Right now I'm having my supplement brew. It has collagen in it and probiotics. This is actually my second probiotic drink this morning. So it helps your stomach, your gut, and all that good stuff. And I've also supplemented for the day. That was also part of my longevity as a musician. I remember early on, I was like, ooh, I want to protect my fingers, my joints, right? Because I play guitar, and I was like, I got to figure out what to do. So I went ahead and asked older people who were also guitar players, like, what do y'all do? What are you doing? And I started adapting a lot of those things. So I wrote down what supplements I took this morning. These are not all the supplements I have, though. So I took zinc, I took milk thistle, maca, magnesium, potassium, and turmeric. I think I took something else. Oh, you know what? I want to add Vitex. Yes, adding in Vitex as well. Because I'm a woman. So yeah, longevity in this game. So as much as people are putting up these videos and trying to get the clicks and likes, what are you gonna do if the clicks and likes don't come? Yeah, we've got to think about longevity. We can't just do it for the clicks and views because I never became what I became for the applause or for the audience. Think about it. How many Black people do you know that do avant-garde art music? Not many. Most of the singer-songwriters too. So I do a wide range, but my passion is the avant-garde noise element. It is. Yeah, so I'm not doing it for popularity. I'm doing it because I like it. I'm doing it because I love it. So yeah, getting back into the swing of things. And I have a newsletter that will be coming out soon with all of this information on it. So you don't have to wait for videos. Or you can sign up to be mentored by me because like I said, I literally just mentored a little kid a few weeks ago, and there are some people who they got some notoriety on camera during the shutdowns, got some attention, and they're being invited out to do more things out in the real world, and they don't know what to do, and they don't know how to behave, and they don't know how to conduct themselves. And I'm like, I can help you with that. I really can. Um, and I'm learning still about all the new things. Like I do have a Twitch, even though I don't use it. I have a TikTok. I don't use it. I should. Um, but I feel like home is here at YouTube. So yeah. So as I continue to get ready for today's gig, yeah, so I usually try to be as gentle with myself as possible. Make sure I'm well prepared with waters, hydration. This is a fan. uh, I'm even bringing. Luckily, there is electricity. Sometimes some places don't have electricity. I am playing my electric guitar today, and I am bringing a fan, an electric small fan. Gotta clean it too. Let's see, it's over there. So I'll be doing a lot of that. Yeah, longevity. If you want to be a performer for the long haul, join me. Tell your friends about me. You want to be creative? Be creative. I'm a journaler too. As you can already see, I have one of my journals out. I've started what is called a commonplace book, and it's in the other room actually. So actually, I've started 3 of them. If I have to be like 3 of them. I enjoy journaling. So you might see me also express myself through journals as well. I'm trying to pull up old journals that I had when I was a teenager. You might hear me read from them because I'm also a writer, by the way. So I'm putting together a book or 2. I'm doing stuff. All right. So hopefully you'll see me later performing as I get ready. Hopefully all my gear is working. So that's what I'll be doing for the next hour or so, testing all the gear and run through. All right. And with that, I say, take care. Bye.